Babylon a minute. Genesis 44. And the drama is getting deep here. So the brothers have gone back to Egypt. They brought grain, and this time they brought Benjamin with them. And so they're about to leave and go back to Jacob and take all the food and everything so that they can feed their family. I'm wondering, like, how much food did Jacob and all of the rest of his family have that this back and forth has been going on? Well, Joseph decides to test his brothers again. Is there a change in their heart? He knows that Benjamin is Jacob's favorite son at this point, because Joseph and Benjamin are the sons of Jacob's preferred wife, Rachel. So he devises a plan to make them come back and essentially to set up Benjamin to be his slave and to see, will the brothers leave Benjamin, or will they beg him? Is there a heart change? Like, will he be able to determine whether they have changed the way they behaved with him? So he puts a silver goblet in Benjamin's pack, sends them on their way. Well, Joseph's servants catch up to the brothers. They're like, hey, we did all this for you. Our master was generous with you, fed you, like he did all these wonderful things for you. Like, why would you steal his silver goblet? And they're like, we didn't steal his silver goblet. And they are so assured of it that they say, whoever, in verse 9, whichever one of us the goblet is found with, let him be put to death, and the rest of us will be my Lord's slaves. That's how confident they were that none of them stole it. Because that is a crazy thing to say, that you can kill whoever stole it, and the rest of us will be your slaves, which means the food never gets back to their families. They've paid for it, and they won't even get to take it back to their families. Well, his servant says, oh, no. Let it be as you have said, right? What have they just said? Whoever had it will be killed, and the rest of us will be your slaves. So he says, let it be as you have said. Whichever one it is found with will be my slaves, but the rest of you are blameless. Well, that's not what they said. But he's, of course, not going to agree to that, because it's a terrible thing to say. And it's a terrible gamble to place. Well, wouldn't you know that when they're going through the packs, they come to Benjamin's, and bing, bang, boom, the silver goblet is right there. And at this, they tear their clothes because they've got to go back to Jacob without Benjamin. And they know that this is going to kill Jacob. His life is bound up in the boy. And so they can't go back. Judah speaks up, and he was like, what can we say? God has revealed your servant's guilt. So here we are, my Lord's slaves, both we and also the one in whose possession the cup was found. And so Joseph said, oh, no. Heaven forbid that I should act in such a way. The man in whose possession the goblet was found will be my slave. But as for you, go in peace to your father. It's fine. Judah speaks up again, and this is important. Who was the brother who first decided that Joseph should die? Judah. Judah is the one that spoke up. Judah is the one that says, hey, we should kill him. And they're like, no. Reuben is like, don't do that. Don't shed his blood, because he had ulterior motives, most likely. But Judah is now pleading for the life of Benjamin. And he says, so in verse 30, so if I go to Jacob, if I go to your servant, my father, and the boy isn't with us, seeing how his heart is bound up with the boy's heart, when he sees the boy isn't with us, he will die. And your servants, we will bring the gray hair of your servant, our father, down to Sheol, the grave, hell, essentially, with grief. Now, Sheol is a lot of times translated as hell, but really it's the grave or death, right? So then he says, please, verse 33, I beg you, let me stay as a slave to my Lord instead of the boy, and let the boy go up with his brothers. For how can I go to my father if the boy isn't with me? I couldn't bear to see my father so overwhelmed by anguish. And I mean, it is reaching the pinnacle of emotion here. Judah, the brother that wanted to kill Joseph, is begging for Benjamin's life. And at this, chapter 45, verse 1, hits it. This is the climax. At last, Joseph could no longer control his feelings in front of his attendants and cried, get everybody away from me. And we're going to pause right there. And that is Genesis 44.